y'all done had a lot of speakers in here today, I'm sure, right? All right, and then here I come, right? All right, let me set my water down. Well, I am Gina Richardson. I have to point this out because I am so upset. I just bought these pants, and y'all see I got a hole in them? I just had to show y'all that because I don't want y'all talking about me, okay? I want to make sure you know. I know it. I just found it out, okay? But I'm still cute, okay? All right. I'm super excited to be here, and so this was kind of like a last-minute switch, so I did find out about this yesterday just because there was some circumstances behind your first speaker, but me being the type of speaker that I am and because I love a lot of people and I'm like, yes, I'm there. Whatever you need me to do, I'm going to do it. So I don't have a PowerPoint, okay? I initially said I was going to come in and say, I had a PowerPoint, but then, you know how if you go to church, when the pastor be like, you know, I was moved to do something else. I was going to get y'all with that. But I said, I'm just telling the truth. Okay, I just found out there was no way that I was going to be able to do a PowerPoint. And so my name once again is Gina Richardson. I call myself a financial superhero, but I practice, my biggest thing people know me for is leadership and authenticity, just because I love being myself. You're going to hear a little bit about my story. I want to hear some about your story, just to let you know some of the things that I do, because people are always looking for, what do you do? What are those titles? So I help people with their money. I also help people when it comes to brands. And I didn't plan on doing this. So this conversation today was so on brand for me because I'm one of those people, I get excited. I smile a lot, get excited about things. And so when I get excited, I get on my story, on my Instagram story. Who on Instagram? We on Instagram? Okay. I get on my Instagram story and I'm like, oh my God, y'all. I could just be drinking Starbucks. This new hazelnut oat milk is the best thing yet. And then what happened is, Starbucks will be like, or whoever the brand is, we really liked how you did that. People like that. We want you to do this for us. We want to pay you to do this. And I was just like, oh my God, this is a job? So I've become kind of like a mini influencer on some accounts. I'm also a commissioner for the city of Sacramento, for the Sacramento Children's Fund and Oversight Commission. That's where I do my big girl work. I'm also a board of director for Single Mom Strong, which is a nonprofit out here. I'm trying to think. Look at my resume. We're going to get into this talking. Okay, I do quite a bit of things, but I want to really get into talking about what we're talking about today, which is marketing your businesses, personal branding. And so I did want to ask a question and get us started. Once again, I'm not going to talk at you. I would like for this to be a collaborative conversation. We cool with that? Yeah. All right. Anytime I speak, when I do workshops, I always start off telling them this is Vegas, so I want to make sure that no one feels like you can't speak. All right, I want everybody to feel vulnerable enough. I'm a Capricorn. Any Capricorns in here? We be deep, okay? We like to have deep conversations. Earth signs as a whole, okay? So I want to make sure that you feel comfortable enough sharing, so that way we can have some good conversation. Just because I always know if one person has a question, somebody else was thinking it. All right? So when it comes to marketing our businesses. Oh, I didn't talk about my business and my brand. My brand is Mindfully Rich, y'all. I forgot to tell y'all about that. I told you already that I'm a deep person. I like to think. And I want to be rich. Rich in thought, rich in money, rich. I mean, of course, who don't want money, right? I can talk to y'all about money all day, but that's not why we're here, okay? The one thing I can say when it came to marketing our businesses, I want to know how many of y'all, how hard was it for you to niche down in your business, right?
Still don't know how to do it.
Right? Where my jack of all trades at, right? Any jack of all trades? So when it came to starting a business, so I know for me, I was like, I can do all of these things. Because it's in the Bible, it said I could. Okay, that's number one. All right? But next, I was just like, you know what? Because if one thing not working out, I can do this. I can create all of these different incomes because I know how to do so many things. But then what I realized when I was marketing my business, what am I known for? What am I going to be known for? What are they going to come to me for? Do I want people, and I'm using myself as an example just because I'm going to talk about me first. I offer personal coaching. I also do workshops. I offer financial workshops for businesses, community organizations, whomever wants to educate their audience on financial wellness. I do branding. I also am a speaker. I speak on different topics. So sometimes it's like, okay, what do we have you come do? Do we talk about money? Do you talk about leadership? Do you talk about authenticity? Do you talk about branding? I'm all over the place, it feels like. And so it feels so hard because we haven't really niched down to say, all right, this is what we want people to know us for. And this is the type of marketing that I can put out there because this is my specific niche. I felt like bringing that up because that one I did feel that somebody in here needed to hear that. And so that's something that I am continuously, and I feel like in business, we are continuing to work on those things, right? So I want to ask y'all, what do y'all feel like when it comes to your personal brand? And I mean, your personal brand, of course, relates into your business brand. What do we feel that the most important aspect of branding, what do we feel like the most important aspect is when it comes to your brand? For people to know us, what do we feel like the most important thing is?
Connection.
Values, connection.
Reliability.
You said reliability? That's a good one. I'm gonna stay right there. I can't stand a business where like it's a restaurant, they supposed to be open and they not really open. It's like they supposed to be open on Tuesdays at this specific time, but they not really there. So that's a really good. What else did we say?
Integrity.
Integrity. Yes, we want want somebody that's gonna be honest. What else do we think?
Image.
Say it again.
Image.
Yes. Think about your favorite brands. Think about your favorite businesses. Let's switch it up. What do you like about them?
Consistency.
Right, consistency,
Quality.
quality. Okay,
I like mission-driven business.
mission driven. That's really good too. You know, they say in studies, I like research, they say in studies that the millennials and Gen Z are more of mission people. Because they're like, oh, we'll support it if we like your mission. Just want to throw that out there. Okay, what about likability? Right? So think about the brands that, okay, so you have your traditional brands, you have your company. So let's think of some companies that we like. What are some big companies that we like?
Patagonia.
What is it called?
Patagonia.
Patagonia.
Outdoor clothing company, and they donate a lot of money to climate change.
Okay. I got to look Patagonia up. Okay, you got me with that one. Yeah, I was just like, oh, I got to look that one up. What about some other big brands? Temple Coffee. I like just sitting at Temple too. Yeah. Why do you like sitting there? Do you like Temple Coffee? Is it their coffee or is it just the place?
Both. They have a lot of coffee vendors.
Uh-huh.
And you said down you're looking at where their coffee in a committee.
Yes.
Barista to the vendor.
Yes. I like Temple as well. I don't like the coffee. I like sitting there though. Okay. I hope there's nobody that's in here too loyal to Temple. I just don't like it. They don't have hazelnut like Starbucks. No. What's some other brand? I'm honest. I'm sorry. I'm honest. Okay. So for me, I have a service business, and so for me, when I think of branding, I think of authenticity, and I mentioned that earlier, just because I feel like we have to be ourselves, and so. I know when I first started, I was thinking, oh, maybe I need to be too professional. So you know how like business advertising, how sometimes it looks really, it used to be very professional. Anybody on TikTok? Okay. Not a lot of y'all on TikTok? That's where all the advertising going on at y'all. Okay, that's where all the real marketing is happening. Okay, everybody is in this realistic world. Well, we're all in this world now where we like real marketing. We like real things. Like, I don't know if y'all have seen this. It's to my person that's on TikTok. There's a marketing ad for a nail shop, right? It's just a bunch of silly stuff that's just happening. And this guy, I mean, it was like a gorilla. Please excuse me. It was a gorilla turned around towards a screen, and you can see the gorilla's butt. And then he comes in, and he's like telling you about the nail shop. And then it was like this woman, she had on like a bikini, and she like flapped her legs, and water came and it hit him in the face. Everybody wants to go to this nail shop now from that. Because it's like, it seems like silly marketing. Not you. I want to go. I don't care where it's at. I want to go. I want to go. Because people that they like businesses that they can relate to. They like businesses that seem like they like to have fun. And so for me, me being a service business, any service business out here? Here? Okay. Especially in service, and I'm not going to say product that y'all are excluded, but people like to be able to relate to you. They like to see your authenticity. A lot of people now, and what surveys are showing is, I'm seeing surveys. Don't nobody ask me what the survey is. I just do a lot of reading. Okay? I've seen it everywhere. Okay? A lot of people, they want to know who you are. Then that's when they want to relate to what you sell or your brand as a whole. Have y'all seen that? And so that's why I'm just like, oh, people want to know about my life. They want to know if they can trust me. They want to see like some of the things that we've been saying. And so that's what's kind of turned me to, oh my goodness, I just need to really just be real. Not sit here, like sometimes when I'm doing advertising, just because my business is a little different, I'll get all made up, do all of these things, and I put a video out there and then it don't do nothing. But when I'm sitting there and I'm just like, where the camera at? Let me just do an ad or do something real quick. Something that doesn't really sound too much like an ad or just advertise myself, it does the numbers. Then I get the people calling me. And I'm like, what is this about? So just wanted to kind of like talk about that a little bit, just because authenticity, I know, is something that I believe that's really important when it comes to your businesses, and just wanted to make sure that we're discussing that, especially when it's coming down to marketing in yours. So I want to hear from you. So what are some of the problems in marketing your businesses right now? Oh, I forgot, this is Vegas. Safe space, okay? Gina said so.
I don't have a lot of experience in marketing myself, but being a new, being a new business owner, sometimes it's just getting into the habit of creating content, right? And authentic content. It does feel like a full-time job. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh my God, you don't go to sleep.
Yeah.
Is anybody else experiencing that?
It's the beast.
Yes. Oh my goodness, right? And so you go through this thing where it's like, do I create the content? Do I get a content creator? Do I get someone to assist me? Do I have enough money to go out and have somebody create and do all of these things for me? I'm gonna say content creation, if you can't do it, is absolutely worth investing in for someone to do it. But you can start small though, right? You know why you love your business. Talk about that. Let that be, what is your mission? What is it? Tell me a little bit about you. What's your passion? I found, because I'm a storyteller myself, I don't know if y'all grew up with grandparents that would say when you were lying, you telling stories. Not those type of stories, okay? I'm a storyteller. And I feel like people connect with a story. They connect with who you are. Why did you start this business? Why do you want people to buy it? Why do you want people to obtain your service or buy your product? Why do you want them to do that? And what does that mean to you? Because I know I told you all that I'm on a board, and so I'm their marketing director. And so I'm always like, when we shoot content, I'm like, nope, do another video because I didn't feel it. It just, if you shoot a video and it's just like, I just want to tell you about this, my business, but it's like, my business. Did you know? I started this out of, I was in the woods and in the snows, something like that, right? Like giving them the real deal on it, just because there's a story behind everybody's business. And we don't just want it to be this is my business, this is my product, this is my service, buy it. Because everybody has a business, everybody has a product, everybody has a service. What's unique to you? And this is the thing, you don't need everybody, you just need the people who love you.
That's right.
Come on.
That's it.
That's right.
And I think I've gotten in that too, where I'm just like, I need everybody to come do. No, I don't, because I'm only one person. I don't even think I can produce like that, right? I just need the people who want to be associated with me, right? And so starting small with your content. Sometimes don't get in the weeds. That's the one thing I can say when it comes to content creation, because I've done that for myself and other brands. I can get in the weeds. I'm like, when you're looking at too many other people playing that comparison game, well, such and such did it like this, and such is doing it like that. Nope, what do yours need to be? I'm an earth person. I told you I'm a Capricorn. I like to go outside and sit and think about what the content is that I'm gonna do. So that way I can just do that and be with that. And then I get off. I won't even look at other people's, just so I can just make sure that I put it out there and I'm believing in it as is. What are some other, yes?
I've tried social media and video content, and it just does not feel authentic to me, but I love writing blogs and articles.
Yes.
So what kind of advice would you have for someone like me that doesn't really want to get into TikTok or Instagram on that level, but trying something else?
Absolutely. Once again, the people who are gonna rock with you, they're gonna find you through those elements. I will say though that social media, there is some benefit to having the Instagrams, the TikToks, are you on LinkedIn? I don't know. So LinkedIn, those type of user-generated content. So I don't know what your business is, but finding some people who do like your products and having them do videos and you post that, and you're like, this is a section where hear from what our clients are saying, or hear from what our customers are saying, just so you don't even have to do it. They're generating content for you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're producing blogs, you are producing content. And you could pay somebody to take a paragraph out of that blog and put a picture with it, and that's your social media content. So you could pay a VA that takes your blogs, takes a paragraph from it, and that's the caption. She puts a picture with it that's compelling, and that's your social media content.
I'm gonna say I like that. The only thing that I'm gonna say is that social media itself has moved so far away from just pictures now that it would need to be pictures to make it into like a reel, so it's in video form. Just because although we have short attention spans, we're not really looking at pictures anymore like that for some reason. I don't know why. It's just the wave of what social media has been done. So pictures and taking that content, yes. But once again, the investment is still gonna be in having someone that's able to do that content for you. Mhm. What other, just in case if I missed any questions that were coming along.
I got one just because it always comes up and it comes up. For me,
Yeah.
I hate being the center of attention.
Don't
That's
look at her.
So as an artist,
Yeah.
solo, it's just me. I don't have a business. I am the business.
Mhm.
I do not want to be the person on the camera and helping other artists try to get to that next level.
Mhm.
I coach them through that too. Today's social media, today's marketing,
Mhm.
if you don't want to be in front of the camera and you do not want yourself out there because you're private, is that a death sentence for your business or for your marketing?
I'm not gonna say because I feel like it's subjective to say that it's a death sentence, just because I feel like there's so many more options too. And you said you're an artist. Do you do, when you say, so are we talking like murals, portraits, things of that sort? Like you could, but you don't wanna be on there. But you
I
have
don't
so
want-
much
I
content.
don't want me to be on the
Right,
camera.
but I'm just gonna say, you can still do that. You can be behind the scenes, right? I wanna think of one of my favorite artists, the Queen, Beyonce, right? Beyonce don't talk to us at all. Beyonce doesn't say one word, we just see her. And she has, she's Beyonce though too. But all of her social media is literally never talking to us. And that's what people say. You need to talk with your audience, and Beyonce doing it. And she's been doing it for a long time. But Beyonce started that because we talked about how country she was. That's why she started that. And then she said, I'm not talking to them ever again. And now we want to hear her talk. So you can make them want more, but you can still show your content. So I don't think that you have to be the face of it. Yeah.
Gina, I will say really quick, just on that, one of my favorite accounts on Instagram to follow is Not Engaged. And it's a girl that literally goes around in front of everything is content. She'll have a cup of coffee, she'll be watching the MTV Music Awards, and it's just her hand with no ring. And every time she has a thought, she posts it, and then the hashtag is not engaged. She has 120,000 followers. She does a lot of voiceovers in front of that, so her face is never shown, but her voice is. So there's a way to have you be the advocate for your own brand without showing your face. So don't be remiss.
I was gonna add to that, like, just point of view, I think bring us into your world is another option. If you're like, I don't need to be on camera, but like, especially as an artist, the process is like fascinating for people who aren't artists. Bring us into your world. It's fun.
And there's a world of others that would understand that. Even if you did something where you were talking about if somebody wants to know, I don't like being on camera because of these, you have so many people in the comments, yes, me neither. I'm gonna do that too. So it's like, it's relatable. Right? Because a lot of people, they don't. So I want to go back to what someone said earlier. Find consistency. Finding something that you're going to do and then just being consistent with it. Right? Do we have problems? I know I do. Do we have problems with that? Because we feel like in this world, everything's changing. I need to change with it. But the consistency part of it, that's the one thing that from the accounts, like going back, the accounts that I love, that I see on social media that are doing really well, good engagement. Just because when we're talking about social media, we're talking about the engagement of it all. Not just posting just to post, the engagement. How often are those turning into calls, clients, products bought, things like that. Not just the views, because everybody always watching. But how often we want to make sure that that is translating and turning into business for us. Right? So finding that consistency and doing, just because it is hard. And it's a task. It's a you have to come up with content strategies. You have to come up with what the social media strategy is. You have to look inside yourself, look inside your business and see, can I invest in this? Is this something that I can do? When can I set time? And I know that that's hard. Please know, I know that that's hard. But it's like, we have these great ideas, these businesses that we've started. We want the world to hear about it, so we have to figure out what are we gonna do so we can offer that service, offer that product out to the world. What are some other things that we wanna have a discussion, especially since we have so many people in here that we can discuss or that we can answer? What are some challenges that we're seeing, whether that be personal branding, whether that be marketing? What are those things that we can kind of discuss and we can have like a think tank real quick on?
What would you say is the difference between your reputation and your brand?
Oh my God, that's a great question. I feel like they're one and the same. Your reputation and your brand, I mean, I don't know if y'all feel that way, but I feel like they're one and the same. I'm gonna use myself as an example. So I've been this way since I was a kid. So like, I'm always smiling, I'm always that person that is positive and things of that sort. I feel like because I've made this my brand, it's now my reputation, and so now people know if we want some positivity in the world, we want somebody to come speak, and we want somebody real positive, get the crowd hyped, they're gonna call me. So I feel like it's kind of one and the same, and you're always continuously building your brand just by how the way that you walk, you talk, when you're out in the world and being yourself, you're continuously building that reputation that translates into your brand. Because for the most part, we are our brands. Does that everybody agree or who disagree? I mean, not in a bad way. Go ahead.
So when we do social media or just self-marketing training, something that I like to point out is like you're allowed to disagree with your business. Like you as a person, you're allowed to disagree with what your business stands for. Like you're a whole person separate from your whole business. So you might have some personal beliefs that could possibly tank if everyone knew that was your business. Like that's a separate issue, I think. But just you are allowed to be a whole person. So don't feel like you have to lay your whole self out on the line when you're branding your business. Like your personality is personal. So like when you think about branding, I would think about it as whatever your offering's personality, that's going to be the loudest thing. But that does not have to be who you are. Like you do not have to blast that the loudest. That might work for you, but it does not have to be that way.
I like that, and I love the challenge. Question for you, because I'm thinking of, I'm a thinker. I'm thinking of businesses where that can pertain. So say I have a cannabis business and I don't really smoke cannabis, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna be talking about cannabis in my personal brand, but I'm talking about cannabis over here because it's my business, right? What success have you seen in that? Just because I know, just seeing businesses now and seeing the people behind the brands and things of that sort, where does that work?
So I often think about people with religious beliefs. I would not encourage you to bring your religious beliefs into your business all the time. I would not bring your opinion on certain political issues. You could list any number of them into your business, especially if you're growing. I'm not saying you have to hide who you are. Please don't hear me say that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if you are starting and your goal is success and to find your audience,
Got it.
let them find you. Don't automatically put yourself in a box so people think you're only serving one thing.
Got it. Thank you for I'm pretty sure that was clarifying for a lot of us too, because I was just like, okay, well, where is that at? No.
Hello. I wanted to know, have you ever marketed a product that doesn't exist yet?
Oh my God. No. I'm sitting here trying to
Okay, we
think.
could talk.
Yeah, let's talk. Because I don't even know what that is. My brain hasn't even computed that. I'm like, what?
Can I fangirl Gina for one quick second, just because she, as she mentioned, she was a willing but last minute addition to this, so I hope you find as much value to her as we all love Gina. The first thing you started with, when all these people are talking about content and how do you develop content, and you're sitting there going, I don't even know what content is. Everything is content. And let me tell you, when she said, oh, I was sitting at Starbucks and talking about hazelnut, when you're trying to build a following, when you fangirl or fanguy other companies, it will come back tenfold. So when you're sitting there, how do I manage my brand? How do I manage my product? Go out, find ones that you like and they're doing well, and fangirl and fanguy them. You're gonna start to get followers because of that. Gina has proved that tenfold, and she is the queen of always fangirling on her page. So it's not just Gina and Mindfully Rich and the financial freedom. She always is talking about other companies and brands she loves. And that's what building a lot of authenticity, because you know she stands behind them. So I will call that out. That is also content that you don't even have to go out and seek. It already exists in your being. So Gina, don't be remiss, girl. You do that well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, that is my time, even though I would love to sit here and talk to y'all a little bit more. I have enjoyed myself. I hope that y'all dig deep into some more conversations and network with each other, just because y'all all got businesses. Hopefully everybody has exchanged cards and everything, and get some think tanks together so y'all can get some content and do some good for your businesses.
And Gina, how do we get in touch with you?
Oh, I'm not good at promoting myself, so thank you, Taryn, for doing that. I am at Mindfully Rich on Instagram. I have the Mindfully Rich podcast, which is available everywhere. I love talking about money matters, but I'm also a speaker, so I speak in different elements. I'm on TikTok as Mindfully Rich, the Mindfully Rich Coach, and I'm on LinkedIn. You can just go LinkedIn, Mindfully Rich, or just Gina Richardson. You'll find me there. And what else? I think that's it. You can find me. Yeah. Yeah.
You'll hear her.
You'll hear me somewhere, right? You hear my voice, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Gina.